Good time zone chat. How's everybody doing? Sorry for the earlier audio chaos. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. What's going on? Besides me adjusting my webcam. Come on. Just pushing this here. And there. A little better. Greetings, everybody. What's up, Molecule Man? Hey, Hat. Greetings, Gar. How you doing, Tron? What's up, Clover? Happy Wednesday to you, Mama. As is our tradition around here. Happy Wednesday. Cabinet making. That's funny, Gar. That's my my wife's new job. I don't know if I haven't really talked too much about it, but she's call it a project manager. You know, she manages the purchase, customization, and installation of custom cabinetry. So, and it's not, you know, they hand make everything at the shop where she works. So she's surrounded by pro cabinet makers all day long. That should be cool. Cabinets are expensive. And part of that is because if you cookie cutter it, you can get them for less. But if you're doing a custom space that needs custom cabinetry, you're going to pay a custom price. Hey, Clover, did you get your gems from the store yesterday on MTGA? I got nothing from MTGA yesterday. I don't think I played. Maybe I played a little bit on this account. I did not get much play in yesterday. Yesterday was like the last window that I could get a shipment to TCG Player for the sort program at their old pricing. And I made one final push and got everything of value basically out of here. I sent another 8,000 to 10,000 cards east in a frantic day of throwing cards in bags again. But got that done. That feels good. There you go. Closed storage. Oh, neat. So I think of you as Professor Rob Blah Blah. When did you do pro wood crafting? And what drew you away from it? Interviewing Gar live on air. Let me throw up a link to the video of the cool pen Gar made me out of some backyard tree. Side hustle. Side hassle. That's the best typo I've ever seen, Gar. I mean, let's just coin that right now. Unless you meant it, in which case it's even better. I love it. Did you come up with that? Because that's what they all are. You're a clever side hustle. You might have a typo in that. Nice. Well, you've carried it forward, so that's cool. Your side hustle, your side hustle has paid dividends throughout your life. Looks like we naturally spun a 750 last night. And I'll check with chat. I was suggesting we go for rank today since we're somewhat, although, gosh, I lost ground yesterday. Yeah, or Monday. Monday was rough, but we could try to push this to diamond, or we can do some best of 3. What do you think? Off the roof, the lumber. Roof, lumber. Yeah, believe me, as someone looking to construct a house in my backyard, I'm well aware of the doubling of everything's price. Yeah, but you know, do you wait or do you do it? It's almost like the whole project gets to be so insane anyway. If you double the cost of everything, you know, that's crazy. But like, which is the trouble? Like, everything is getting expensive, but sometimes you just got to suck it up and pay what it costs right now to do your thing, which is why those prices are so high, because people just pay them. They need to get their stuff done. It's hard to just wait. There's just like there's so many moving parts in the process, but good to know that a lumber pro says wait. When do you think it will correct though? Like how long will we be waiting for prices that aren't insane? Just want it curved down a little bit. That's fair. All right. One quick story before we begin, and it's not even that late. I've only been on air for 7 minutes, but I went to a rock show last night. I've been going. It's going to be an all-time record year. Not only did I go to one last night, I went to one Friday, I went to one Saturday, I went to one yesterday, and then this morning I woke up to the announcement that Spoon is touring in September, and they're kind of right up there with Cake, who I'm seeing this year as bands I love that I haven't seen yet. So I'm going to do my level best to go see Spoon. But anyway, I went to see Alt J and Portugal the Man last night with my friend Dan and my son Oliver. And I was driving with Oliver, and we were talking music as we do on the way to a show. And I can't remember what caused him to mention this. You know, I asked my kids for thoughts on playlist suggestions, you know, as I'm trying to do my theme playlist and stuff. So we talk about musical themes or connections between songs all the time. And Oliver mentioned that he liked songs that cut off abruptly, you know, they're going along just as they are, and then out of nowhere, mid refrain, whatever, straight shut down, right? So, as I do when somebody suggests a theme for music, my brain immediately starts checking its catalog for songs that qualify. And one came immediately to mind. I'm curious if it comes to anybody else's mind. What's a famous song that cuts off all of a sudden? Did you really just ask me if I've ever seen them live after I said to everybody, I sure hope I get to see them live for the first time? Anyway, that's D for you. Anyway, so the song that came immediately to my mind, thank you, Gabe. Gabe nails it. Gabe nails it. The Beatles, She's So Heavy. I remember one time, I even have a memory of taking a nap while listening to that album and song. Like, you know, you get into a half sleep and music is playing, and that droning dun, 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 you know, the droning end to She's So Heavy as it's repeating the guitar part over and over again, really gets you into kind of a trance state. So here I am, like half asleep in a trance state to the end of this Beatles song, and whack, you know, chops it off, and it like kind of jolted me awake, even though I knew the song quite well by the time I was listening to it on CD. Anyway, I was probably telling Oliver this exact story, and just mentioning that's the first one that came to my mind is this Beatles song, She's So Heavy. We go to the show. Frickin' Portugal the Man covers She's So Heavy. They covered She's So Heavy last night. You know, sometimes the Matrix shows through loud and clear, and to my developers, let me just say thank you for all the amazing content. I really appreciate it. So, I mean, we're not talking about A Day in the Life. We're not talking about Hey Jude. We're not talking about Yesterday. We're not talking about Let It Be. We're talking about the 213th most important Beatles song, She's So Heavy. We're talking about the 13th best song on frickin' Abbey Road, She's So Heavy. And then they fucking cover it. I know that I go to a lot of shows and I talk about a lot of music ahead of shows. So maybe statistically you can convince me that at some point this was bound to happen. But weird that it would happen with this song. With this song. Who covers She's So Heavy? Nobody covers She's So... We're going to cover a Beatles song. Which one do you want to do? No, rejected. No, we're down to... how about She's So Heavy? All right, we'll do that one. Anyway. It was weird. Well, certainly if I had known they covered it regularly or something, maybe I would have seated the table. But man, it was crazy. It was very weird. All right, let's get drafting, though. That's not weird. It's just drafting. I know my details are wrong down below. We'll fix that in a minute. Ooh. Blossom Prancer, I feel like I never get to take. And it's a nice color to cut. We've only got a Greater Tanuki in green. My recollection of this saga is that it's not good, and that recollection confirmed. This is more of a constructed card. Rob, thanks for that sub. Appreciate it. Thank you for sticking around for all that content. What else even competes? We've got the Modern Age as the clean second best card here, or maybe even best. Like, we don't need to get hung up on rarity. They both kind of basically produce 2 cards worth of value. But Modern Age comes out on 2, and that's legit. You know, we love 2-drops, but this one I'm going to take. It's such an excellent 5-drop. Acquisition Octopus. Thirst. Leech Gauntlet is good. I think I would take the Long Reach before Leech, especially with the Blossom Prancer. Haven't been black-green kind of stuff in a while, but there's a kind of black-green enchantment theme. Green-white's the more obvious enchantment color pairing, but Long Reach and Prancer is legit. So I'll take that. See where it goes. I also like Disruptor there. A lot of blue. Wow, this is a fun pack. Lots of quality here. We've got Prowler, legit, core, fun build around. We've got Suit Up, Crazy Good Combat Trick, Apprentice, makes a lot of decks hum, Removal in the Flare. Completion also removal, but not, it's third behind Suit Up and Flare. Mike likes the Prowler. We are on Long Reach, so that was a color match at least. Voltron, interesting. I've done this thing. Maybe I'm supposed to do this at this point in the format, but it's a tough build around. You need artifact creatures and vehicles. I mean, I guess there's a lot of artifact creatures in this set. I'm gonna take Prowler though. Kami, Oath, Beetle. We got Jungle Hollow that might be nice on the wheel if we stay in these colors. We do have 2 black cards. We love prowlering things like Beetle. And probably third black card over first white card makes sense. Mike wants the Oath. That's what I'm tempted by too, Mike. It's so good. I mean, if there's any card that causes me to scoop early, it's this one. Just because the chances of me beating it when they stabilize in Scry 3 and it's an even situation is so unlikely. Yeah, it's a very, very, very splashable. That's true. Mike's probably right. I'm going to take the Beetle anyway. Yeah. Well, Surge, you just take the Modern Age now. Green doesn't seem super open, although Season of Renewal is good. It's just the green has not been thick at all. We are kind of heading in a ninjutsu-y direction here. So, yeah, you can take Season of Renewal, but I'm going to take Modern Age. If we end up blue-black, we'll be really happy to have the Age. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Oops, not that, that. Definitely, huh? Hey, good news, everybody. D has got it figured out. If you need to know what your definite pick was, check with D. We still have the Prancer. This is removal. We'll take it. I don't like any of the white cards enough to dip into that now. Rabbit Battery, pretty strong to still be here. This is like, you know, the common one, that equips 2 is just whatever, but Rabbit Battery has been legit. But do we have anything, like I can just take a return to action given the black? Yeah, exactly. This is so good with the Beetle and even the Prowler potentially, just because it's a 3/1, so you get 4 life and trade up. I'll take the return. We're definitely black. Let's keep that solidified. Torment. Solid in ninjutsu, since it clears a blocker. You Are Already Dead punishes blockers. I like that, too. But probably Clawing Torment, the better 1-drop black spell here. But Koi, also legit. Rob likes the Koi. I don't know we're blue yet, though, Rob, so I'm going to take the Torment #1. Although the thing is, we'll probably end up with like 3 Torments and not play them all anyway, so maybe Koi is the choice. But I'm going to at least cut color here and try and solidify our lane with our table. A lot of black cards, none of them particularly good, but I am going to take a You Are Already Dead here. It really is nice if you end up with ninjas to have a punishing block, and I like that better than the bargain. Although that's a thing you can do as a response to being, to having the wrong thing blocked or whatever. But I like this as a ninja enabler. Maybe it's open. It's hard to say when the cards are not great like that, whether people are not in black or just not taking those black cards. Kami is fine and stays the heavy black lane. Familiar is playable in ninjutsu. I do like that. I was saying this has keyword bad, you know, like that people don't like to trade for armor guard familiar, and so you can often ninjutsu with it, and people can't target it. So it does have that going for it, but Kami is good enough that we're just going to take that. And we got long reach, we got virus beetle, we got prowler. Like we're kind of on the way there already. And then now apprentice is a nice pickup here. I feel like with the apprentice now coming back around and Kami looking to get enchantments and artifact, like I think we're probably blue-black, but I'm not going to I'm not going to make any presumptions, but yeah, maybe even without any presumptions, take repel. That favor just doesn't matter, and if we end up black-white, we might main deck a repel. Well, Incision, probably don't run it. I think from here we would like to be blue-black ninjas, but let's see what the table brings. We could still take... this temple's... or this shrine is okay. We like a Kami, but we've got Modern Age. We just take that. And try to find our way to some ninjas. Yeah, green was pretty cut. That means we could probably find it here, you know, take Tech Wrecker and everything. But we have Gravelighter. I'm just going to keep sticking to black cards as long as they are in the contention for best card in the pack. What hurts, Pablo? The Tech Wrecker? Well, we could take it. Like, we could just take our green in pack 2 here and know that we're heavy black, light green. But we got a good Gravelighter. If we didn't have something as quality as the Gravelighter, like replace this with garbage, and I am taking the Tech Wrecker here. It's Mike even wants it anyway. I just like that we know we're doing this, Mike, and it's really a good pulling this with ninjas is nice. So I get the turtle, but let's listen. The green was not open. Yes. You know what's way better than Tech Wrecker, Rob? Casting your spells! Taking the thing that you know you are. And then we can like take Samurai if we want. But I'll take a Hacker here. Like I said, I think we are heading in the ninja direction. Yeah, it's sad to pass the Wrecker, but I think this is cleanly correct. I think if based on the information we got in pack 1, if you're taking Tech Wrecker there, I think you're clinging to a false dream of green. Construct is really nice. We do have 2 Modern Ages. Maybe you're right and I should just take the Construct. It's so powerful with these. I got 5 seconds. Yeah, let's take Construct. I mean, Hacker is what we're trying to do too, but Construct with double Modern Age and us wanting to take as many Modern Ages as we find, basically, means that's certainly takeable. Thirst works with Construct as well. Ah, there you go. See, you come here for the good info, Rob. The good info. Yeah, Shadow Walker's fine, right? I don't mind the crab either. And Thirst, really, while it does function with the containment construct, we're not heavy artifact, which is where I like this. And also the format just gives you card advantage in different ways. So yeah, crab or Shadow Walker. I'm going to go with a ninja. These Modern Ages flipping into 2/3s and then ninjutsuing things like 5/5 and then replaying Modern Ages. I am so in for that. Network Terminal, given having picked up Containment Construct, is legit. So is Kami of Restless Shadows for the deck. Like, I don't mind playing one of these, but it's not a priority. 0 to 1 is fine. Whereas, yeah, Terminal is what I'm looking for once I pick up a construct. Boy, we are thirsty as heck in this event. Oh, crab here. We're best of 1 here. Let me keep meaning to... Okay, that part's right, but this isn't. Yeah, I think I like crab here over thirst for reasons stated. Like, thirst just isn't as important as it might be when we've got things like the Modern Age helping us with card quality. Another network terminal, but we could just take a puzzle maker here, another flyer to try and get through in the air. We can take a jungle hollow to be able to splash some green, or potentially pivot back to green and splash some blue. Yeah, this pack 2 has not been great. I am with you on that. It's one of these 3, though. Could take another network terminal. I'm going to take a hollow. I don't think the puzzle maker is that important. Yeah, the doggy was an interesting pick, but I did have a repel. It didn't feel like it was correct to take the companion, but maybe it was. Maybe you were just like, look. This is what I was talking about with that earlier torment pick. Like, we're likely to find some free torments. Splash Restoration. Pablo, it's not Friday, and, you know. Searchlight Companion is good enough. We'll take it over the gems. Shrine Steward. We might find a couple of aura removals in the next pack and be happy to have a steward, so I'm going to hedge there, given nothing else here. Harmonious could play if we do bank back into green. Here's another one. Clawing Torment on a defender is the best feeling in the world. Yeah, Steward gets Harmonious. Right now, I don't think we're green, though. If green ends up being more open than we thought in pack 3, we could end up being there. I just don't expect to. And then we get a tempting white Mythic, you know. But there's also Behold, and I think rather than pivot to white for a 5-drop with no other support, we should just take a 5-drop that, I don't know, go win rate me. I'm very curious. What's the games in hand win rate for the Dawn Sky versus Unspeakable? So I'm going to take Unspeakable, even if you can show me that Dawn Sky is abstractly more winning. But we have 2 Modern Ages and at least a crab. I mean, really, it's the 2 Modern Ages. There's not much else going on for us in blue, but that to me is good enough. Let's take the Behold. But not an obvious pick, because we do just have, you know, the Modern Ages, and if we thought that the white Mythic trumped double Modern Age, we could. Yeah, Raid is fine here over Apprentice. We'd like to wheel this Apprentice. We wheeled another one. Infiltrator or Apprentice on the wheel, giving us some additional early ninjutsu potential would be nice. Very close, yeah. So I think that's fair. Like that, the white Mythic did have a slight nod, but in the context of the deck we had, probably the Behold gets it there. Yeah, Disruptor, pretty straightforward here, right? There's another terminal, but I'm going to take Disruptor. We might wheel this. Another You Are Already Dead, but here's where we will take a Puzzle Maker and shrug over. This is also kind of, this is it. I mean, I think Behold really solidified us in the blue plan. So I'm going to take the Puzzle Maker here over anything else. Maybe we'll wheel the dead. All right, Moon Snare. It's a good card. Take it over the Koi. Nice land here. You know I love casting my spells, but there is another specialist, and our power level isn't insane. This draft hasn't been amazing. It's just been solid. So probably should take the action, but I would dearly love this backwater. But yeah, we'll take the action. Snaring your own sagas is an interesting alternative play for this card. For example, another return to action versus a You Are Already Dead. I'd rather punish blocks with return than dead. Kind of like return to action is this, except you get lifelink out of it and a dead oppo, you know, so it's like it's for one, well, it's similar, but this allows you to surprise him and trade up. Yeah, and especially ETB effects, that's fine. Hey, wow, look at that. Now this is not pick 9, so this isn't the one we declined earlier, but we have a Thief and Hacker. You want Thief or Hacker? I think Hacker? Ooh, close. Look at these two. I love playing and building around both of these cards. I'm sad that these two didn't make it in this pool. Don't think we're playing that many of those. White Splash. Puzzle Maker comes back, but we can take a Kami and just have a little bit of graveyard recovery action. How many? Yeah, I think I'll take that, although I ran out of time. I would have liked to have checked and actually checked my numbers there. That might have been a bad pick, because I don't actually know how Ninja Rogue heavy we ended up being. But we'll see. I don't love this card. I find it mostly, I feel like it underperforms for me. It sometimes does some mission critical stuff. Sometimes it slots in perfectly in what you're trying to do. But often it's just like, I'm not putting any pressure on them, or it's not doing enough on defense. Yeah, I cut the planar incisions because it's so hard to make them fit even when you have the room. Because, like, are we doing planar incisions or are we doing return to action, you know? Like, I'll even cut both of these and the You Are Already Dead and just understand that, like, planar incision, You Are Already Dead, and return to action are all occupying a similar space in the Ninja deck, which is answering the question, well, what happens when they block? I want to be able to bluff attack and make them sweat. So how do I punish them for blocking? When these are all answers for that, and we got to decide which ones we want to run. We can try an incision. Maybe we'll do a mix of them all and have a smorgasbord of interaction options. Crab. Yeah, we're gonna run a crab. I like it at 3 primarily, but being able to drop a 5/7 ward on 7 doesn't suck. Yeah, let's check that. 9 artifacts, 7 enchantments. That's pretty good for secrets. We can run that. Rogues and ninjas. We got 1 rogue and 5 ninjas. That's probably going to get something, but we do need some cuts if we're going to bring in. So I'm going to at least, let's do this. We are going to add some of those interaction spells, so don't worry too much about our lack of interaction here yet. Yeah. In fact, here, let me I just want to set my creature base here first, and then we'll figure out what mix of interaction to add after that. And maybe we don't run the network terminal. It's obviously quite good with the construct, but we're not splashing and we're not really ramping. And I don't think I want to run it if it is just here to, although, you know, you could argue that rummaging or, you know, looting, just as long as we have the artifact count to do the looting, that it's worth it. So that, and that's what our stall is saying, that even if you're not doing everything with it, if you can do the second mode, it might be good enough by itself. Yeah, but you can't. I mean, that's not when they can, Rob. But if you're gonna presume that all of your synergy pieces are gonna die, then why get out of bed? Like, just stay in bed. Okay, well, let's worry about creatures first then anyway. Yeah, this, if we think of as a 4 and cut this and have Behold as our top end, we can be a 16er in a best of 1. And we have the terminal as a 17th source as well. Modern Age to really dig you out of trouble. And so then do we hate, do we like, is there anything here we would really like to get out of the deck? I think we're down to cards I like. I don't love Companion, I don't love Crab, I don't love Puzzle Maker, but I like them. And you think Apprentices, Matt? I've really found it quite gluey. Maybe it's meh here because we didn't really get enough ninjas. The thing I love about this is enabling the turn 2 Hacker or Prowler play. I think that's super legit. Well, are we tempo or controlling? As is the case with a lot of limited decks, you kind of are what you are, and it depends on what slice of your deck that you draw. But I hear you. It's also nice, even if you say, well, I'm a tempo deck, I'm trying to get them done quick. That doesn't always work. And then having something like Terminal for a long game and Behold, you know, having some late game strength is legit as well. Let's leave it in for now and now go and see what we want from our non-creatures. So definitely a Torment. And I think I'm going to do the thing of at least a return to action and at least an incision. So we get one of each of those to see how it feels. We're not going to splash. So then with one more slot, I'll throw this to chat. Oh, I didn't. Did I put a you? Wait, I thought I put one of each in and I meant You Are Already Dead. Oh, but okay, I'll do that. There we go. True one of each. You Are Already Dead, a Clawing Torment, a Return to Action, and a Planar Incision. You don't think we have enough artifacts for Terminal? We have 9, buddy. Not necessarily that we are happily tapping, I get that, but we're pretty happily tapping the Puzzle Maker, Searchlight Companion as a 1/1, Disruptor as it loses its usefulness, same with Apprentice. I'm going to run it and see how it goes. Rob's Anti-Crab. I like it, Rob, because it's a 3-drop that does a powerful thing early, and then it does give us some late game in the case of Flood in a late game. What would you want over it? Another piece of interaction? I mean, because this is a piece of interaction in that way. And let's see. I didn't open my... redemptions. Basic lands for Rob. Kamigawa full. All right. like that it's we pretty nicely landed on one each of the 4 kind of options for interaction, and even 1 crab too. So we've got 5 slightly different ways to interact with the opponent. Well, Gravelighter is kind of a 6th slightly different way, and Specialists also. So we have some interaction. I like the spread. Let's do the science. Oh, did sleeves get redeemed? Oh, I just didn't change them. Nobody redeemed sleeves, so... There we go. Iron Apprentice into Prowler. Love it. We'll see if that works. We don't have the play, so no guarantees. On the play, it's pretty solid. You're going to get that done. On the draw, less so. Be a little more perfect if one of these swamps was an island, but I like it. Especially now that Behold is here, I'd love to have an island. Hey, cool, that means we're gonna get through. There's no way in heck they are blocking this turn. If they do, great. Couldn't ask for more. Green-white, scary looking color pair though. Very powerful, one of my favorites in the format for sure. Here they probably trade off the Prowler. I should play the network terminal first though, in case they don't and we want to just hacker, and then after combat we can apprentice. You say don't swing? Why not? You want to block? You don't want to give fodder to the Sash? I don't mind if they spend their turns on the Sash right now. Yeah, let him pile it on. We've got 2 Mana Wars in the deck. They got 2 Mana Wars in the deck and it's turn 3. Like, let them do that if that's their big plan. Almost want to block and make them spend their turn on it, but I won't. We got a hacker here to get some cards if they leave us an attack lane. Gravelighter, love it. Making them sack one, either of these 2 will be lovely. We could just do the 5/5, although, man, Gravelighter into it, making a 3/3 Gravelighter and getting rid of one of these beasties seems real nice. Yeah, we can go Hacker Gravelighter. Then we're sacking the hacker and not doing the cool thing of sacking the apprentice and getting the counter. But I like send in. Yeah, let's do hacker. We want to land anyway, right? And if we find a land, yeah, then we can even still do the thing, right? Good point, Hammer. So we want the land, and if we get it all. So come on, one time. No, but did get the Specialist to handle any big lions. Interesting choice for them. I assume they let the lion go here. That's a pretty big 4/5. And then this is creature, so we do get to return the forest to hand, which is... Mwah! So let's go ahead and Gravelighter. It's not exactly what we wanted. I don't love giving up the hacker, but I love making them give up one of their two. That's true. We can specialist the Gravelighter. So I hope they choose the Lion, and then we just specialist Ninjutsu, the Gravelighter with specialist, bouncing the Forest, and watch our Oppo scoop him up. I would. That's not Nelsoning anybody. I'm saying that's what I would do. All right, we need our Gravelighter to survive, Oppo to tap out or not have anything, and not play any flyer blocking. Oh, that's nice, because Samurai doesn't even stop our plan. Ooh, and we even got the island, which we definitely want. No reason not to play this out pre... Maybe no reason to, but I'm going to do it this way. Maybe they opened Lion Sash and chased it a little bit. Error turned out not to be a good card. I had hoped that there was enough going on with modifications that you modified on 2 so often that was real, but no, you don't modify on 2 reliably enough to make this a good card. How's your back, Oppo? Looks like it really hurts. Oh yeah, safekeeping would be such a throwback in my face right there, Gar. I almost wish they had it just so you could all Nelson me. Ha ha ha! We got it though. We were not wrecked by that. And certainly that card has wrecked me plenty. Yeah, I didn't mention that, but that's why the Samurai pauses everything, so there was nothing to really learn from it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles. Well, the Beetle. I think we should do this, although we're just going to get their forest. Maybe I'm supposed to try and get something real, but I doubt we get something real. We can Gravelighter and... Apprentice for a counter. I like a Gravelighter for the Apprentice and get... I'm going to get Moonsnare back. Oh, with the Shadow Walker? Sure. Yeah, we can do that. Behold is fine too. Yeah, but maybe I'm just overthinking it. Always Beholden? Yeah, I'm going to go with Hammer's line. Shut up and play your Mythic Uncommon, dummy. That's what Hammer said. Those were the exact words. But look, Hammer was right. Hard to win faster than that. So there you go. We had some early ninjutsu action for the early tempo pressure style play, but had the back end to sustain it to a longer game win, which is what I was saying in terms of, is this deck aggro tempo? Is this deck long game control? Well, maybe it's not the dream result in a draft, but we are kind of both. Primarily aggro tempo, but with enough at the top end to sustain a long game. yeah, Apprentice showed why I am inclined to keep it in Ninja decks. Anytime you have Ninjutsu on 2, I really like the 1s because the Apprentice especially, it's not a good top deck in a late game situation, but it dies usefully. It enables ninjutsu, and we've got the kami of draw a card in here and all that stuff. So, and look. Oh my god. Apprentice into Beetle into Gravelighter into you're screwed. How about that? This looks great. This is what we signed up for with this deck. Apprentice and Beetle, both pretty expendable, such that on turn 3, if they only have 1 blocker, like, they came up with their own. You gotta be kidding me. Although, we gotta get the better end of it because we can drop Beetle, send in, and they can't really block. Because we'll just put the counter on the Beetle. Well, let's not forget this is an artifact, and that really does matter in the format. And certainly with Ninjutsu, Ninjutsu makes it a lot better than it was in Strix, for sure. Now, let's see what they leave back on defense. It's really going to define our third turn. And unfortunately, the Gravelighter, their Apprentice means Gravelighter isn't quite as good as we would like it to be. And heck, maybe they're going to try and ninjutsu us. Should I just block here? I think I will. I would like to specialist the Beetle, but the Apprentice is fine too. And their Apprentice dying for no value and clearing the way for the Gravelighter to get whatever they might play behind is totally worth it to me. Let's see what they do here. Oh yeah, I kind of expected a trick or something. It must be a ninja they had in mind. And yeah, we're just gonna go for the what we could do. Interesting. I said we were just gonna go for the Gravelighter play, but then I paused because I would love to actually ninjutsu back the Gravelighter with the specialist, and that would make the +1/+1 counter go away. So we could also just companion and set up for an interesting turn next turn. But I'm probably overthinking it. Let's just play Gravelighter, make it a 3/3 flyer, kill their excellent Smelter, and be happy with that result. I can always play Companion, Raid, Companion, or Companion plus Raid next turn and Specialist one of these, and that's pretty good too. Solitude indeed. I'm going to go for Searchlight Companion here, max the mana, and then next turn we can ninjutsu the Companion with Specialist, or if we find a land with the Walker, even better. Got to kill the flyer. But that leaves us our play. And we did find the land for the Shadow Walker. And there's nothing to bounce yet, so definitely Shadow Walking this turn. Alexis, were you here at the beginning of the top of the show when I was talking about my final push to TCG? I got about another 10,000 cards out to them yesterday. It's right at, like, I feel like yesterday was the last time I could ship to them and have it for sure get there ahead of their deadline. But felt really good about that. Yeah, we'll just raid and companion. And what I ended up doing, yeah, that's exactly what I did. Already cracked. Yeah, that's funny. That's exactly where I was at, Alexis. I was like, well, because I had been thinking, I've got all these cracked sets. They should be pretty easy to send to them via the SYP, where I do the sorting in advance. But then I was like, but then I have to care about what order these cards are in, and I was just like, F that. Forget caring what order these cards are in. I am throwing these in team bags and getting them out of this house, and could not be happier. All right, nice. We actually do both. We're gonna ninjutsu both of these cards this turn, no matter how they block. Well, actually, not no matter how they block. We get to do one. I mean, I could do both, but well, actually, maybe it will. We could bounce and then. Oh man, they're gonna do it this way. It's even perfect. It's perfect though. This is what I was hoping for. We'll go ninjutsu here. And really, boy, I don't even know if if we want to play the specialist or not. But probably just for the damage, sure. I don't know if we want to give him a replay of the companion is the thing. Rejected, yeah, a lot of weird, yeah, we could bounce the token and save this, but it's gonna, but does that do that much? I don't know. Yeah, actually, let's just replay the companion. And see what we draw, too. Yeah, companion is great. This is fine. Well, okay, I was like, should I worry about this? No, apparently I should not worry about this. What blows me away about having gotten basically everything valuable magic-wise out of this house and over to the East Coast is how much magic I still have left. Like, just singles, not even the sealed product, but like, I could have so much endless fun with the magic singles I still have on hand, despite sending everything valuable out of here. That's what I do love about Magic. It's crazy expensive if you want it all, but it is absolutely free if you just want Magic fun. And look at this hand. We're just going to be Magic fun. Oh yeah, who do I know the person? Sure. We could disrupt here and get through, or we could just offer the trade. Yeah, I guess get in is fine, and then trade later. And we get to go long reach on 4, draw a card on 5. Interesting. Three points of lifelink and damage? I don't know. Rob's having trouble with the math. Math's hard, I get it. I thought 3 damage and 3 life was more than 1 damage and no life, but that was my math. You tell me what you saw. Well, let's long reach it. They've got to kind of sacrifice the Ronin, or maybe they pitch hands. That's true. 1 damage, 1 life. Sorry. I was being snarky, and you got to be correct if you're going to be snarky, right? It's really a high risk situation to go snark, because then if you're wrong, you look silly. Yeah, this changes things, right? Like, we should legit think about this. Rob, if you're, I was being snarky, but for reals, Rob, I really think the legit play there is to ninjutsu the apprentice. If anybody's on Team Rob and is not ninjutsuing that, I'm curious to hear your reasoning. I think it was clearly a better result for us. 5/5 return disruptor is Arstall's play. Yeah. Okay, a couple people want that. We can leave. Do you want to offer the Prowler for the Ronin? There's a way in which I want to send everything, and then they probably, if they block the apprentice, we can bounce the Prowler potentially. You like long reach? I'm gonna go with the 5/5, and I am gonna attack with everything. Oh yeah, well, Commander's got indestructible. We're not gonna block that. That does not make sense to me. Oh no, wait, but we're gonna connect, and it takes that away, right? Okay. That's fair. Then that's fair. All right, I'm with you on that. Let's do that. And then I don't send apprentice then. Okay, got there. We're there. And do they really want to race? It's 20-9 right now, thanks to that amazing lifelink play I did on turn 2. Nothing is ever going to replace Avon's D. I'm going to die with Unhinged Basics as my favorite all-time. Bank it. Unglued. Unglued is a tragedy. Unglued was a learning experience. Unglued basics suck. I'm sorry. They're among my least favorite. I'm so happy to sell my crappy unglued basics. Let's make it 70% frame. Let's make our fancy new basics 70% frame and just put a little tiny postage stamp of art in the middle of them. Yeah, that's it. Let's do that. Yeah, I like a block here. Then Ronin becomes a chump. Ooh, and we get long reach after, or even long reach before. Let's go. Well, let's start with long reach and see what they want to do, and then we disrupt. Although they know about the disruptor. I don't understand your line. Why force the trade? Oh, I thought you were asking me, Arstall, and that's what I didn't understand. Like, that was my question for Rob. I don't understand Rob's no in that case. Well, that's unfortunate, but we do get to take out their annoying tapper. So we'll do it this way. The Subduer more important to Oppo's plan. I mean, but forcing them to chump. I mean, they didn't. They had a trick, but if they don't have the trick, we're forcing them to literally chump, Rob. So I don't know how you're going for choosing a trade for something you see. A trade for a creature that enables attacks when we're at 20 and they're at 5 versus a forced chump when we're at 20 and they're at 5. Dragonfly Suit's going to trade off for the Prowler, it looks like. And we're going to commie it up before we do anything, though, since we're going to draw a card and gain a life. I want it like so. All right, a little floody. I like sending both the Disruptor. Well, now, if we send the Disruptor and the Prowler, they could chump the Prowler and take 1. They could trade with the Prowler and take 1. They could eat the Prowler, or they could eat the Disruptor and take 4. And if they eat and go to 1, we're pretty okay with that with the quality we have behind. So I am gonna make that offer. I'm gonna send both. And also, if they trade Suit for Prowler, they go to 4, and then we're looking at a nice Menace and a Flyer, and maybe we get there. And yeah, they are going to lose Indestructible too, which is relevant with the Kami on blocks. They're thinking about it. What do they want to do? What do they want to do? Damage or life, trade or eat. That's what I would have done. I think they need to trade for the Prowler and potentially solve the Disruptor problem over the course of a few draws. A little nerve-wracking, but I'm going to call the bluff, make them have something, and if they use it on this, we still have 4 cracks with a Disruptor plus a long reach about to flip, so I like making them have it here. Feels like it might have been a desperation loot away the mountain looking for an answer, so let's see. Flooding out a bit, but the general card advantage we've experienced in the game so far has made it so that we're still advantaged. Man, now they're going to kill this. They got something pausing it. Wow. All right, well, look, my 8 lands to Oppo's 4 is the difference right now. Bold attack. Bold attack. Because if they don't have a blocker, we get attacks. Yes, but whether from the quality of their rummaging versus not, it's the difference. That's all I'm saying. And of course they did have, why wouldn't they have perfect plays as we're flooding out? Jesus.
Lord, here comes the flood.
Come on! I'm too mad now. I don't care if this is early. Fuck that. What a tilting experience. Non-stop gasoline for Oppo and non-stop face slaps for us. I'm mad that we lost that. I will take that Oppo on any day of the week. I think our deck crushes that deck in the long game matchup. Well, it wasn't even Screw. Again, I acknowledge that it was Oppo playing their deck well. Like, they used rummaging and looting to their advantage there. But I will take that matchup any day of the week, is what I'm saying. I like this. We get Beetle, and You Are Already Dead is great with the Beetle. We go Beetle on 2, and we can Companion on 3, and then attack with everything, threatening You Are Already Dead, and Shadow Walker on 4. And I do let the rage flow through me, and you see that's already gone, right? Like, I don't know, get a little mad and then move on. That's what I try to do. Well, we're gonna play Beetle, and they're probably attacking us successfully. But we probably get a reasonable crackback. Ah, rough. That is not what I was expecting. And we got to win a long game now. We're going to be way behind on life. This is just not great. But hopefully if the companion lives, we can ninjutsu it, get a 5-5. We'll get down pretty low. They'll still be at above 20, but then we'll have at least a plan. Let's see. Yeah, stick with the plan, I guess. I'm going to go for a Shadow Walker and try to come up with something that can block. Although I could also chump and kill on blocks. We could go Modern Age and hold You Are Already Dead and Planar Incision. Neither of those are the worst, although Planar Incision doesn't do much here. I don't know. What do you think? You like Shadow Walker, Bounce Companion, or just Modern Age? I think I'm on, actually, now I'm on Modern Age, You Are Already Dead. Which means I shouldn't have played the land first, but my plan changed. Arsenal's like, no, but I like the idea of doing something about the Leech Gauntlet next turn. You like hold up Crab. I don't see holding up You Are Already Dead without playing Modern Age. A lot of people want to hold up Crab. I guess we can do that with the You Are Already Dead. All right, gang, I'll hold. I could have countered the activation, I suppose, but that did not seem like a good use of Crab, so I didn't. All right, now we got a Modern Age that we like, although I'm kind of into Shadow Walker here, and then just play one of these lands and Modern Age away the other one next turn. Start getting my life back. And we've got double Crab mana there. I'm just looking to see if Island or Swamp makes the most sense. We do have a double blue, and it's in hand, so I guess I'll do this. All right, we have more black in the deck, but I don't think it really matters, is the bottom line at this point. Well, I wish we could reach out and stop this nonsense. This is going to be a pretty good turn for Oppo next turn, but we're still cracking for good strength, and we can Modern Age here and do a little digging. I think that's a fine place to start. And then we have Crab and Companion, Crab, Companion, and Disruptor all available to us after Age. Not the best Gravelighter sitch. If I drop the Swamp, we are on 3, not 4. So then we're probably on... yeah, maybe counter that. That's reasonable, Rob. Let them do that. They'll still get the Apprentice counter. They just won't get the 1/1. I don't know if it's worth... I don't know if it's worth it, Rob. But yeah, let's let them... let's Companion and let's them do the trick. Let's let them do the trick with the Apprentice before we do any grave lighting, right? So I am going to discard the Swamp, and I am going to go ahead and play the Companion and not hold up Crab. I could have held it up for ostensibly defense on against whatever they do on their turn from hand, but elected not to. And also, I am going to offer for all their things. I should have just done this before doing anything, but, you know, talking and everything. Interesting they didn't even chump, like, I guess, yeah, why would they? They're at 19. They got plenty of life. Not even super interesting. Kind of more expected. Oh. Yeah, bring it. Please. I'll snap off that Apprentice with my 1/1. What? Well, now we could just double block the Smelter. I don't see how we don't do that. How is this not the play? Love it. Maybe they're just trying to get us dead. I don't know. 5 mana. Could just Behold here. Could also Specialist Disruptor. That would be pretty disrupting. Yeah, we can pitch Incision. That's a good pitch. I'm just already trying to figure out what to do with the cards I'm going to keep. Mike likes main phase Specialist token. Kind of put him on what do you do about the 5/5? Because, yeah, they may be looking to double block here and trade Shadow Walker for Steelbreaker. And, yeah, we'll disrupt and keep the pressure on from our end. If they attack here, that's pretty bold. So, does it? I mean, who cares? I hope they attack with Steelbreaker. That would be great. And I'm going to go ahead and do this. This is great, too. And this doesn't kill us, so make him do it. And now we can Grave Lighter to get rid of our own Specialist and their Steelbreaker. Mwah! The chef's kiss. I'm just gonna do it now. I'm looking to do that anyway. Was there something I missed about attacking first? I don't even know why that was important. Why are you all screaming at me to attack first? Oh, to get the 1/1 in? Yeah, but didn't they have... Wasn't there a blocker? Anyway. Maybe I just read it wrong. Looks like we're okay, though. Oh, right. I was thinking Clawing Torment was just like it was already gone. That's what I missed. Thank you. I thought of it as already dead and gone. Another one where on the play we would have been Stellar. On the draw, we'll see. But Apprentice into Prowler. So good, especially if you remembered in Ninjutsu instead of just playing the Prowler pre-combat main. I'm teasing Rob, but it's a legit question because of the Death Touch. It really depends on what Oppo plays to block, right? And whether you want to threaten the Death Touch on it. Whether you think that's needed. Well, hey, I was gonna say maybe we get it in anyway. So here's a case where it seems silly to do the not ninjutsu because we're not even threatening Death Touch on anything. So we're definitely gonna ninjutsu this and then go get Containment Construct out. Probably go Companion. Actually, yeah, this is super interesting because the Modern Age does make a case for just getting the construct going quickly. But I think I'm going to stick with the plan and let them deal with this early aggro plan. And then when the dust settles, try and solidify our long game with this pair. So that's what I'm thinking. I mean, if Prowler trades for like the Raid Captain or Road Captain, I can't help but see Raid Captain with that one. That would be okay too. And yeah, now we can go, maybe let's go Construct Apprentice here after attacks. I was going to go Companion, but Construct Apprentice lets us then Modern Age next turn for possible discard value if they don't have anything for Construct. Offering the trade, though. They're kind of priced into it. I'd be surprised if they don't block. Oh, they didn't. All right. And against ninjas, I'm kind of blocking there in general. All right, let's make them have it. Don't expect to untap with the Containment Construct. Let's set our expectations properly. But if we do, we're likely to take over. And we've kind of put them to the test. You got to deal with this construct or the value train is going to get rolling. I mean, you've got Modern Age plus land, like you're golden if you can untap and keep it all intact, because we get to just Modern Age before land drop, pitch a land on the loot, and then play the land and not even have it cost us mana. Well, speaking of ninjutsu, we might get ninja'd here, but I'm not risking the construct, of course. Wow. Rob actively rooting for me to get blown out. Good to know who's on my team around here. We can offer the Prowler for the Infiltrator. It's enough of a pain. And well, maybe I leave it to block the Ambusher. Yeah, I'll leave it back so we have blocks. They're not going to block with the Infiltrator, so I'll stay back to block the Ambusher. hope Rob loses his next 27 matches. I just hope that. That's, you know, when I sit around and think about things that I'm hoping for. Well, Rob, there you go, you jerk. Wasn't quite life, but you got your wish. I hope you're happy, you big jerk face. Oh, you're gonna laugh at me? Yeah, here. Bye, Rob. Containment. I can't believe they didn't kill the containment construct. I feel a little bit lucky about that. I guess we send because they can kill so easily, and then yeah, even if they block the apprentice, maybe I need to play a creature out first so the apprentice has something to do. It's crazy to play, in a sense it's crazy to play more 1 toughness into a hidden cruelty, but I think it's actually the play here. And then we can attack with everything and be reasonably okay with however they block. Yeah, 5/5 was a nice prayer there, but hey, look, I can save the great. I'll save the construct here. Just overwhelm them with things to kill with their shrine. I'm just glad Rob is fully muted. If he comes back in, I'll time him out for another 600. I'm glad you're all enjoying my pain, effing jerks. I mean, I expect it from Rob at this point, but the rest of you, I'm very disappointed. Ooh, no, I haven't, but thanks, Siriana. I'm gonna get my, I haven't actually backed the Kickstarter yet. I'm gonna do that today. Behold is gonna not be the worst here. Maybe I just need to get big. Also just need to not die. Behold helps us not die. So yeah, let's do that. We got stuff to... This will help us live. And we can even... This is... Yeah, let's swing away. Return to action. seems useful here, especially because we can threaten with the Iron Apprentice, and maybe they'll even block, thinking we're just throwing it away ahead of the Go Shintai inevitability. We could use it for Behold. I don't know if we can get that clever, Alexis. If we're waiting and to somehow first we need to have our flyer get into combat. Although I guess we could cast Return to Action, then play the final card in our hand. But I'd rather just work what we've got and use the stuff we've got right here. Can't send the glider though usefully, but I can send the apprentice. It just hopefully they block, as it looks like we're just okay. Well, I guess damned if they do, damned if they don't. I'll go ahead and take the ninjutsu here. And do I even play the apprentice? If I play the apprentice, I could hit it with Return to Action when they go to Go Shintai, and then I'd get it back. I just don't think it's that good. Well, it's not meaningless. It's meaningless if it doesn't create a trade, but I don't see how you think +1/+2 lifelink with a 2 toughness blocker is irrelevant, right? Yeah, let's play it just so we can get the glider bigger, if nothing else. You think redoing the Behold is a necessary out? Like, don't use the Return to Action on anything but the Behold or we can't win? Are we that far behind? I don't know. We're behind, but stabilizing-ish. If they go for a big kill here, we can return anything. And yeah, with 3 swamps here, we've got to return this to action, right? Still up against it. Need to chump with the apprentice. And boy, we've been flooding in our losses. Deck's been great when we haven't flooded. Hey Chuck, welcome. Yeah, let's see. If I don't chump, we're going to 1. That's too low. Might be too low anyway at 4, but we're going to try this. Okay, as I say, we need a draw here, and that's going to help a little, I think. It doesn't kill anything, though, which is a problem. We really need this to kill something. And man, the flooding. Jeez. We've seen 12 of our lands. That's too much. So now Construct's coming out to play, because what else do we do? And yeah, I can reduce this. Then this is all. Now we're chumping with our Unspeakable, which is where Alexis would have liked to have been able to bring it back. But it is what it is. I think we're pretty dead here, gang. But so far, really, we've only lost to heavy flood. Deck's been great. Now, are we just dead? Math is for blockers. We got to take the Menace 1. I got to take the Flyer. We got to chump the Flyer. Taking the Menace 1. Trying to kill this. And trying to kill this. Oh, sorry, wait. Trying to kill this, and then we're just dead. Yeah, we're just dead. All right. Right. Unless this keeps us alive. Nope, that doesn't either. We're dead. Doesn't matter. They had enough to kill. We had no lifelink. All right. So we've learned that when we draw 70% lands, we can't win. Good to know. Oh, wait, I already knew that. Yeah, also to be fair though, Alexis, look how decently close we were to stabilizing there. If you take of our 12 lands that we experienced and say that we just got 8, and you give me 4 more spells to work with that game? I think 4 more spells to work with that game and we're in it. Not the hottest start, but we have Torment for their hot start, so I'm going to keep this. It's just sad to be Ninja on the play and not have a little better hand than this. Dowsing says perfect. Perfect hand for this deck is a 1-drop and a ninjutsu power, but we'll take this. Well, Rolling Rock's the name of a beer. That's the only reason it's familiar to me. Boo earns turn 3 start on the play for a ninja deck. Ugh. And really, I don't want Gravelighter as my first play of the game. I might just hold Mirror Shell at that point. Well, at least we got something to torment. We'll do that. It's not very mana efficient, but we'll take the kill. You wait. Alexis is waiting. I just don't like the Gravelighter, and I guess I get a held up crab. That's fair, Alexis. Maybe I should just held up crab. Well, damn it. You can counter the ninjutsu ability? Yes. You've spent a card on that, but you can. And sometimes it's worth it. I've done it when it's a really devastating play, but you got to be careful. It's not just generic. It's not like, oh, I can do that. I should. So we'll hold a crab here. Basically counter anything they try to do here. This has been a little rough. Yeah, Brute Suit's not amazing, but we're gonna not do nothing on our turn. I can do a turn 5 1-drop and a 4-mana 2/2, or I can do it effectively a 5-mana 1-drop. Those are basically my choices here. They both suck. These are gonna flip, meaning these don't do anything. I'm gonna pass. This has been terrible for this deck in terms of its draw. Ugh. I couldn't. Nobody's mulliganing that. I mean, I think we just had a very medium opener, and part of the reason it was medium, I was looking at that R stall, but I think that's results oriented, honestly. It was a medium opener that had great potential to be fine, and we've drawn about the worst we could draw given the opener we kept. I think it's jumping to a false conclusion to presume that it was maybe. I think it was a keep. I think you got to keep. Alexis says, I don't normally told you so, but you'd be a lot better off with a Gravelighter on the board. I told you so all the time, Alexis, and how? How do we get a Gravelighter onto an empty board? Told you so. We can Gravelighter Construct here. Torment. I still don't understand how we. I don't know what sequence I could have done to even land a Gravelighter. Okay, I see what your plan is now. Understood. All right. Well, what am I doing? I'm gonna specialist because I got to do something. And is it nuts to give them back a captain for more? Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna take it off the board. I know it gives them value, but it's not insano value. Here comes Ninjutsu. I think if you go back and look at that opening hand, it's really tough to call that a mulligan. You can see how it would go this badly, but I don't think you mulligan out of fear of it going this badly. There were plenty of ways it could have gone from turn one that would have been just fine. Yeah, Oppo didn't give us much to work with. Like we were trying to be more interactive and didn't really have the tools. This is cool though. We can ninjutsu the Shadow Walker if we want here. Oh yeah, it's still winnable. It's just been a really weird, rough start. And now I'm on figuring out what to do here, and it probably is Shadow Walker, the specialist, so that we can ninjutsu the captain. Or just maybe we block the hacker. Actually, I'm going to play the Network Disruptor to have a clean block on the hacker. Oppo pausing, that's worth noting, even if they don't do anything. Check your Garrett list for double blue instance, and we see Spell Pierce, no, it wouldn't have been Spell Pierce, Mnemonic Sphere, the rare land and the rare March, Disruption Protocol, no, that wouldn't have been it, Planar Incision, Short Circuit, Essence Cap, no, wouldn't have been that. Could have been the Turtle, Sky Turtle. One of those things. Not a lot of options, actually. Sky Turtle, Planar Incision, Short Circuit, Sphere, and Rares? Oh, and it all... Okay, thanks, Alexis. Well, then that explains that. I thought I was trying to figure something out, and it's true. Like none of the double blue instants really made sense for their turn. So I'm glad to know that. Do we care about them looting here? I don't really. They can loot, and then we get the captain in for sure. I don't think we necessarily specialist next turn. Probably going to want a Disruptor, Gravelighter. Although that's less appealing now. Part of the reason I want... Oh, well, that makes it more appealing. Apprentice... the Apprentice Gravelighter play is pretty cool. Getting a 3/3 flyer out of the deal. And... we can still go... Disruptor and tap. What do we want? I guess I want the Disruptor if they're going to block. Although, if I do this, then I can attack with our own Disrupt. No, I just played that. I'm playing it right now. What are you thinking, Ryan? I'm just trying. If they block the Walker, which one do we want them to block with? That's the question I'm asking myself. And I think the answer is... Disruptor, but it's a close one. We want Specialist dead more. I don't know. The flyer scares me. We have one, I guess. Although they're going to sack it right now anyway, right? So that's fine. They sack their Disruptor and we're going to get in for a lot of damage at least. And maybe I put the Apprentice... I'll put the Apprentice counter on the Disruptor, and then we have two 2/2 flyers. And then if we have an opportunity to return the Gravelighter with the Specialist, that's great as well. Oh, you're already dead? Or just a chump? Let's see. There you go. They got us with something we're running. I think I blocked the Hacker with the Disruptor, which maybe means I shouldn't have put the counter on it. Maybe a 1/1 flyer and a 3/3 flyer is a better split. I generally like using Gravelighter for sacks when there's decent stuff to get. That's a bit frustrating, but they're gonna get their loot out of it again. We get a land, we can Specialist and Gravelighter, although it looks like we'll get that something reasonable out of this anyway. In fact, we can do both. We can send Disruptor and Gravelighter and bounce them both. Thing is, Disruptor's got the counter on it that I kind of want to leave there. So I'm going to go with Gravelighter, Ninjutsu Hacker, and then see what we draw. More land. So we can go Gravelighter Containment Construct. If we play Gravelighter, they're sacking. I mean, maybe that's not the best of plays. But we're the one who ends up with decent flyers. I mean, they have a Behold around the corner. That's true. They're about to, yeah, I guess this is about to be big. We can, oh, Behold. How do we beat Behold? Save this for one of their rats? I don't know what you mean. You want to, yeah. Construct isn't doing much right now, but it has more potential to do stuff later than, like, the Captain. I'd rather get rid of our own Captain. Interesting. I'm gonna do it. And sack hacker. I think hacker. This is where we lose the game, though. Scry 2, draw 2 on an upcoming big flyer. How much value in a behold? Oh my god, so much value. And that's if you just scry 2, draw 2. Let's not even talk about having 1 or fewer cards in hand on Chapter 2. So sick. Look at that. So good. Well, in order to stop any ninjutsu, we'd have to block with everything. We could do that. The construct isn't that important. We got a couple of Chu-2 flyers and a captain of our own. But I just don't know how we win a game where we've... I guess it's only a 1-for-1. Maybe we do need to do that. Like... Or else we're just giving them too much ninjutsu value. I don't know. I guess we do this. This construct, I'm sad to lose the construct, though. It's the type of card that gets you back in a game like this. Yeah, actually, Mike, I kind of arbitrarily assigned blockers, but that was bad to arbitrarily assign blockers. I should have taken my top 2 and made sure they were blocking the same thing. Now that happened, but it happened by chance, not by decision. All right, well, here's how to lose a game of Magic in a mirror match. Nice land for the final... insult.
He's dead, sir.
That man's dead back there.
Must be dead. He was worse than dead. His brain is gone.
Well, I like this deck a lot better than 3 wins, but had a couple of losses that were at least influenced by Flood. That one we just straight up lost. The second loss, I feel like if we Flood less, we have a chance, but it's still going to be a tough uphill battle. And then in our opening Flood loss, I feel like give us any reasonable mix and we'll win that that matchup pretty frequently. So... really? That's, I guess that's where I'm at today. That did not seem winnable at all to me, or like not in a way that was going to entertain me as I pursued it. So let's call it a sanity scoop. Yeah, not the worst result either. We got some gems out of it. Three wins, a reasonable little result. 1/2 our games. So there you go. All right, raid time. I don't see a raid captain, so it looks like I get to choose. Lavinius, NCAA. Let's send you to somebody who's a better drafter than I am. We'll go to the NCAA lane again. But Rob, if you have a story to tell in the forest but you're timed out, does it make a sound? All right, everybody, have a great time with NCAA, and I will see you on Friday, all right? Thanks, everybody. Have a good one. See ya. See ya, see ya, see ya.